Let's spice up the Cybertruck. So today's video is a cool one. I'm going to show you an inexpensive way to kind of add some color and flair to your Cybertruck without breaking the bank. EV Mod has just released a pack of these speaker covers. Now they come in two different colors, silver and black. And what they do is they allow you to take your existing speaker covers, like you have here, just a normal black and up here, and they add these little cool colors, but also a different like design to them. And what's cool about these is these stick right over the existing speakers with 3M tape to give you a little bit of flair. I'm going to go ahead and install them, give you a little bit of a review, tell you what you think. And again, most normal people just pick one of their two colors, black or silver, but obviously I like to be a little bit extra sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and paint them red to kind of fit with the flair and the theme of my truck. They all come pretty nicely packed. They'll come with individual clear wrappings, but I have this like blue cellophane to protect them on the front of it, which is pretty nice. They'll come individually wrapped for 10 different speaker covers. Just don't forget to remove the protective film. Okay, so we're already going outside the lines a little bit, being a little bit cheap by doing this. So don't chintz on the paint. Don't get the Walmart brand. Get a good solid like Rust-Oleum or something similar from your local like Home Depot or something like that if you're gonna be doing this. If you are gonna paint them, take it easy, go nice and slow. Make sure you hit them from every angle to make sure your edges are completely covered. I felt like 3 thin coats was the best for me. I would always recommend less coverage, more coats. And make sure you give ample time to dry in between each coat. I chose to hit each coat from a different angle to make sure I had complete coverage. Now it's time to put them in. So of course you're gonna peel off the 3M tape in the back, but it is important to note that these two are gonna be the same on either side, the square one, the rectangle one. But all the other ones, including this one and the ones on the front door and the back door, are specific to where they're at. So make sure you've kind of held them in place to know that these are the right ones before you pull the tape off. The 3M tape that you attach these to the actual speakers is really good, but it can be kind of a pain to get off. I found using a little knife to pull up the lip worked best for me. If you do paint them, you want to make sure it's completely dry before you get to stick them on. But it's pretty simple. Just line them up just right, push really hard in the sticky area. From there, I worked my way around, putting on one after another. I did want to point out that EV Mod chose not to take the lazy end and just put one bit of sticky all around the outside, but individual ones all around the corner to make sure the tape was in really good condition, wasn't stretched or twisted. You repeat this step on the front door, and then of course on the rear. All right, one quick thing to note is you're putting these little back door pieces on. Mine got a little flattened, whether it could have been shipping or honestly it could have been me and my mishandling. So I just wanted to make sure that this angle here matches the angle of the door. So dry fit it before you pull your tape off. On mine, these are thin enough you can bend them. I would rather have them over creased to a smaller angle than more flat, because they're going to want to keep popping open. You stick it in the cavity of the door and slide it from my right to your left. Something else to note with these big ones here. The speaker on the truck actually wraps around the edge of the door, and these don't quite give you that full coverage on the outside, which again, it's fine because you're only going to see this if your door is wide open, if you have your head down there on the floorboard. So I say this to make sure that you're lining up the inside corner, because you will see this. You won't see the underneath side, and you won't see the inside. So make sure as you're putting it on that you're lined up here on the top. So if you look at it from this angle or from the top angle, it looks good. Another closer look where you can see the patterns of the new aluminum mounts that really makes it pop in addition to the change of color. The before and after difference is truly amazing, as these little red accents change the entire look of the whole truck. Something I haven't mentioned yet is these metal speaker covers are actually covering the thin aluminum metal of the actual speaker that came in the truck. So if something hard were to hit this, it would potentially dent, but so would the speaker on the other side. But if this dents, you just get a new set, or you can pop it off, straighten it out, put it back on with your own tape. But if the speaker in your car actually dents, that's gonna be a whole lot more difficult, more expensive to replace. Now, obviously, I painted mine and you don't have to. I think just the black set with a different circular design looks better than the stock OEM from Tesla design. But if you get the silver, it matches the outside of the stainless of the truck, that looks great. But if you wanna paint them, it kind of gives you a little bit of extra flair. I do know the guys from Best EV Mod do watch the channel, so if there is a color you'd prefer, or if you feel like you would use these colors, go ahead and throw it out there. Who knows? Maybe it's something they can do for you in the future.